Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about cervical disc bulges. I'm going to share with you my online client's results. Mark, who lives in USA, and he contacted me 8 weeks ago, and we start his rehab plan and since then. And in this video, I would like to share with you his results. We're going to discuss about what was his problem, and some of you who's watching this video may have similar experience with your injury, and if you're suffering from cervical disc bulges, this video can help you to get some insight how you can recover with conservative treatment. And if you have got your MRI report and it shows that you have some sort of disc bulges in your cervical spine, this video can be beneficial for you. If you've never been in this channel, my name is Bob. I'm a physical therapist and I help people with simple tips and exercises through my channel, and I give you some tips and idea how you can help you at home to recover and get back to your daily activity pain-free. If you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel for my weekly update, and don't forget to press that like button by the end of this video. Let's get started. Basically, share your own experience, because I think now we are on 8 weeks rehab, or is it longer, Mark? When did we start it?
It's about 8 weeks.
Yeah.
It is about 8 weeks. And when we started, I mean,
what happened initially, Mark? What was the issue? I suppose if you share that with people.
So I didn't know it at the time, but I picked up a box just twisting. I was on my off day. I was helping some in-laws move into their house, and I picked up the box, twisted. I heard a pop, and my body just immediately seized up. It was like, and I was the muscle that day. I was supposed to be the one to haul the heavy stuff, out of the trailer. And I was done. I was pretty much at useless at that point. And then I took a week off of work, went back to work, and started hauling green treat. And I bent over and I just felt something just kind of like tear in my upper back, and it took the breath out of me, and by the end of the next, well, I went home and I worked out a little bit to try and loosen it up or whatever, and it just made it way worse. The next day I went to work, and I had to tell my boss that day, I'm like, I just can't do this. I'm done for the winter, and he's like, yeah, go take care of yourself. And I was sitting at home trying to figure out, what am I going to do? I've tried pretty much everything else before, and I came across your videos on YouTube, watching video after video, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I just decided to hit you up.
I get you.
And when I hit you up,
before that, I think surprised. You went and see some people locally, did you?
Yep. I went to the chiropractor, and it just got worse. I mean, it made it worse. I've even switched chiropractors. I was going to one, and then I went to a different one to try and figure out, and after a couple of visits, it just made it worse.
What they told you, Mark? What was the pain? What they told you it is?
They said it's going to break. Just keep coming back. I said, it's going to break. And I was going to the pain clinic as well.
I got you.
They're trying to do nerve blocks and stuff.
And what they told you about, like, what was the injury is initially? Did they tell you what is the injury?
They just said I had my facet joints in my neck, and they said they said it's coming from my facet joints into my middle back. And then they didn't know anything about my lower back. I mean, I was just a mess all the way up and down. Yeah. And I didn't know I had herniated discs till we got into our program. I mean, we already halfway through the program when I got an MRI, and then we realized, hey, I had herniated discs. So
got you.
And
did they suggest you anything when you got the MRI, Mark? What they suggest you? Did they told you anything? What you have to do?
Not really. They said they usually just treat that stuff with steroid injections and everything else, and physical therapy. So they didn't at that point, they didn't offer surgery at that time.
Yep.
They didn't offer any kind of surgery. They weren't even with my neck. They said, you're not even eligible for surgery at this point. So
got you. But the pain was very, very debilitating, I suppose. Because I
was
do remember.
it
Yeah.
was, especially when I would breathe. At first they thought I had some kind of lung issue, so they did give me that CT on my lungs, and they found
Uh-huh.
some scar tissue in my lungs and everything, but it had nothing to do with, like, there wasn't any pleural,
Yes.
degeneration or anything. So it didn't explain why I had upper back pain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They couldn't explain it, and we just think maybe it was just a rib joint thing, but
Got you. Got you. Because I do remember
doing
you were telling
doing
me about the ribs. Maybe
yeah.
something in the ribs are out of place. You remember that?
Yep, in the ribs, they said, I had a rib
Yeah.
out. They wanted to possibly put a screw in my ribs,
Yeah.
and I'm like going, oh man, I'm in trouble, man. What am I gonna do? My life,
No.
I'm a laborer, so it's like my life is pretty much, I'm gonna have to readjust everything,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
find
yeah.
a
It was
different
the
job.
panic zone. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, panic
I,
because when you can't, even when you breathe and you stand up, it's just like you're getting stabbed, in the
I
back.
know.
And
Yeah. From the first day,
but doing the mobility,
yeah, from the first day, I suppose when I was talking with you, I could see that you, even sitting while you were talking with me, it wasn't comfortable. You were constantly stretching
right?
yourself, and it was
Yeah,
like constantly checking yourself and just adjusting it and readjusting the neck. And then what happened, Mark? How did you find, what we did initially at the first day, like basically going through your history, etc.?
yeah. Just just knowing that I was always protecting, my muscles were always engaged all the
Yes,
time,
yes,
protecting everything that hurt. Going through the mobility, twice a day, really, really started to it really started to loosen me up. It started to kind of let my body relax and move, and you know, initially it was a little difficult, but um, I started to get a lot of progress, week by week, a little more, little less pain, little more, little less pain.
and
And
less
then,
protective and trusting the back again,
yep,
the body move.
yep,
Yeah,
training my mind to just, you kind of have to stop yourself, just like, man, what am I doing? I'm
constantly
tightened.
holding it.
I'm
Yeah,
tightened right now. I'm tight. I'm stiff right now. Now
I get
relax.
you. I get you. Yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
retraining it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And tell me now, in regards to like discomfort and pain, where you at right now, Mark? How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. My mobility is good. Um, I can over exaggerate it a little bit if I just go too hard, too fast.
I
My
get you.
muscles will
Still
kind of
protected a
freak
little bit.
out, but
Yeah,
it's not. But I'm like moving around, and
you're
I'm
recovering very
getting
quick.
back. I'm getting back into things I used to do.
Amazing,
It's
amazing.
just
And the
it's I'm probably at 75, 80%.
amazing. And the
So
fact that you're back to the gym and training, like for last 2 weeks, we got you back to the gym. You're training in the gym. How do you find that, Mark?
it's good.
It's good, right?
It feels good. Yeah, it's not like, I'm not going in there and throwing up a bunch of heavy weights,
Of
but
course, yeah. Step by step, yeah.
but I'm in there working out and it feels good. So
To be
I
out
feel like I'm gonna be able to get back to my
to your
daily
work.
life, get
Yeah,
back to
man.
work here in a few weeks.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, because I think the fact that you were out of work for that period of time, it was a bit kind of like panicky as well, that whether I can go back to work or not.
yeah,
And you were telling me that they call you and they ask you whether, okay, can I go back to work or not? But I'm delighted, man, that you really stick to the plan. You know what I mean? And we were kind of
yeah,
communicating very well. I suppose like still we have kind of like a bit of work to do up to you get back to work
yep,
in a couple of weeks times. You know what I mean? And I'm delighted
yep.
to share your progress. But I want to know, what do you find in this program most helpful, Mark? Because there's a lot of people like yourself, you know what I mean, who sit down and just like struggle to get like a structure or plan to follow.
Yeah, the plan's easy to follow. The Excel sheet was like, I'm going to a physical therapist here and I get a few things, but I never got an Excel sheet from any physical therapist that had the exact what I needed to do, the times I needed to do it, the warm up, the mobility, just structured. It makes it a lot easier. You don't really have to think
I
like,
get you.
okay, maybe I need to do this, but it's just set there and you just work that out. It makes it really easy.
I get you.
just following a simple plan. It was very, very helpful, and a lot
Um,
more movements, a lot more multiple movements that kind of,
yeah.
work in harmony with each other, which has been good,
Yeah, absolutely. I
really
think
good.
just a matter of like basically staying active and trying to just listen to your body and kind of measure what works and what doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there's no bad exercise or movement at the end of the day. Some might have feel bad with, or get aggravated with certain movements, but some people are totally fine with those. And we try to kind of measure what works and doesn't, and we look at your pain level. You see a visual progress basically how you getting on over the last 6 8 weeks with that plan as well, which is kind of like I feel visually it make give you more confidence, you know what I mean, not
Yeah.
just physically but mentally. I think you become more confident with your body. And I think if
Right.
somebody has, like, let's say this bulges, if they have sore back, do you think this is something that would help them, Mark? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I do, big time. I think not to freak out and just to follow the plan. Take a time out from what you're doing and follow the plan. Just stick to the plan and be committed to it. I
amazing.
think it'll help. I think it'll help out a lot. And just
Yeah.
being on top of it for sure.
And trusting your body again, and trusting
Yep,
that and
trusting
keep
it.
moving. Listen, Mark, this is amazing, man. I'm delighted with your progress, man. I couldn't be happier. Is there anything else that you'd like to add on to this, man? Because I think people are just want to know your pure opinion and feedback, and I love to hear like your feedback or anything else that you
Man,
think you
this
could have done, dude. Yeah,
my opinion is I'm so appreciative. Getting hooked up with you and getting the plan. The plan was amazing. I mean, very structured, very easy to follow. You put links on your workouts. I can just, if I don't know, I can just look at the workout.
thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you find this video and information helpful for you. And if you have any question regarding your injury, you can leave me comments. If you need further assistance, I will be happy to organize an online consultation for you, and we can go through your case and help you step by step for quicker recovery. I will leave a link below and you can book your appointment with that link. I've shared with you guys in this video how and where we start with Mark Rehab. And if you would like to start your rehab plan at home, you can click on the link above. Start with this video rehab exercises for the first 2 to 3 weeks of your rehabilitation. If you have any question, you can leave me comments underneath of this video. I suppose the last thing that I would like to ask you, if you have any question about your injury, you can always give me a suggestion or recommendation, and I would be more than happy to help you with more video and content in the future weeks. Make sure to subscribe my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and press that like button. Until next week, all the best.